I'm Lynx here, and today we are going to play the game from fullmontis called One Last Salty Kiss. I played one game from fullmontis in the past. It was a short one. It was enjoyable for, so we are to play more of those in the meantime as well. Link as per usual to the game in the description. And now let's check it out. The sound of the waves caressed my ears, healing my soul like a long-needed medicine. I listened for a while. The sea was immense in front of me. I could feel the tensions rolling away from my tired soul. And now that the sea was in front of me, I felt my lungs open up, taking in the saline air. What? Why did someone honk at me? The rude sound of a honk shattered my meditation, and I was brought back to reality. The taxi driver gave me a frustrated look, waiting to get paid. I walked up to him and gave him the money. Then he got inside the car and disappeared in the distance. I wonder why he got out of the car in the first place. I looked at the clock. It was late. Yeah, man, it's 19 minutes past midnight. Which is basically early evening, but for supposedly normal dwelling people, it is pretty late. The sky was dark. And obviously it was way past the dinner time. Okay, with that I can agree, yeah. With that I can agree. I was hungry again. I hadn't eaten a damn thing ever since Teresa's call. I felt like my body had shut down until now. No one was around. Just wonderful hints of cooked fish from houses near the coast filled the air. I looked around for a place to eat something at past the night. It was early May, but I knew... close enough, 2 months. But I knew there should have been some place to spend the weekend. I still have not thought what I want to do during my summer break, which I'm taking very late, by the way, in August. Actually, basically end of August. Moving into September as well. Do I go somewhere? Or do I focus on making videos? That is the question. That is going to be tough to decide. Anyway, the light of a small sign attracted me. It said, Da Giovanni. It looked inviting, so I decided to enter. The atrium was small but welcoming. However, no one was around. Great. I walked past the entrance and saw a man eating alone at a small table in the dining room. As soon as our eyes met, he jumped up and walked to me. Yes, hello, sorry, I was grabbing a bite. The man had a deep voice that was both reassuring and intimidating. It roared in a small room, shaking the walls. I'm sorry, I can pass by again later if that's a problem. Oh, no, don't worry. It's my fault. I'm Giovanni, the owner. I'm not sure how to spell his name. Is it like... Because technically I feel like Michele is a female name, right? So for a man it would be more like Michael. Maybe it's Michele? Let's go with Michele. That's not bad. Sounds male. Anyway, Michele. I need a room for one, please. How long are you staying? Just for the weekend. I'm just trying to detach a little from stuff. I see. Here, let me find you a room. He started rummaging through a huge pile of paper, with a desperate look in his eyes. After a few moments, he gave up. Screw it. We'll fill in the details later, okay? Come with me. Dinner's on the house. See, that's a little reputation for making you wait. Hey? No, it's not necessary. He let out an explosive laugh. That startled me a little bit, and then slammed his hand on his back. So hard that he almost threw me on the floor. Slammed his back on his back. Probably on my back, given that he threw me on the floor, but okay. I insist! Moreover, I'm a little heavy on the portions, so there's always too much food just for me. It's a special recipe. You're going to love it. My stomach roared at the offer, and it was hard to refuse too, since he looked so happy about it. I guess a hot dish doesn't hurt. Saying that Giovanni cooked a little too much was quite the understatement. At the end of the dinner, despite being starved when I started, I was about to explode. The pasta was delicious. Oh, yes. I had pasta yesterday, actually. But after the fourth plate... It felt a little hard to swallow. Well, I had only one plate, so I did not have his problem. On his side, Giovanni kept eating on with a satisfied look on his face. There's little left. Here, I think the guest deserves the last portion. I panicked. It's okay. It's okay. I feel like I've been eating everything tonight. You can have it. Oh, sure. He raised his shoulders and filled up his plate. It was delicious, by the way. Can you tell the cook it was incredible? Oh, well, you already did. Okay, so you are the chef. He smiled cunningly. Oh, I see. I don't see many hotel owners that cook too. I actually do everything. I clean the rooms, I wash the dishes, pay the taxes. The last one hurts. All in one package. That must be really hard. A mixed smile appeared on his face. Well, it is. I used to manage this place with my wife and daughter, but I'm alone now. Oh, where are they now? Really? Would you die? That was not a wise thing to ask here, I think, man. Especially... I mean, maybe the daughter decided to go studying or something like that, right? But, if you ask about wife not being around, not a good thing, man. That was not a good question. He remained silent. I don't feel like talking about it, if you don't mind. Oh, sure. What a dumb question. What was I even thinking? Suddenly the loneliness of that place felt different from before, darker in a way. We remained a few moments in silence, staring at our plates. Anyway, what brought you here? There aren't many tourists at this time of the year, especially alone like you. I knew that sooner or later this would have come up. I didn't feel like talking about it, but after the free dinner and my stupid question from before, I felt like I owed him something. Kind of, I guess. Kind of, yeah. It was unplanned. It's just a way to escape from my daily life. Well, my girlfriend broke up with me. Really? I'm sorry, man. Yeah. I guess my plans of building a family were a little premature. Ugh, you are that type of person. And before they were together like for a month. Anyway, I had to take a break, so I took a weekend off to come here. There is something about the sea that makes me feel instantly better. That's terrible. I hope you'll feel better soon. That's what I was hoping to. Well, I hope staying here will help. Traveling is like taking a bath for the soul. I'm sure you'll feel better by Monday. I smiled, but I couldn't get myself to be as optimistic as him. Come on now. No time to be sad. Here is a little surprise. It's time for dessert. Huh? He dropped a cake as big as the table in front of me. Eat as much as you want. I forced myself to smile, but inside I felt like screaming. And after that I went to bed, right after dinner, dead tired. The travel and the stress were starting to get me. I slipped into bed, trying to get some sleep going. But I knew right away, that night I wouldn't be able to have any sleep. The anxiety that I hoped I had left home caught up with me. Wait, will the music continue now? Oh, I have to click, huh? My mind kept going back to the phone call and the sterile tone with which she dumped me. As if I was a stranger, as if the 2 years we spent together didn't matter anymore. Okay, 2 years. Solid amount of time, I guess. Not that I can tell that I dated someone for that long. Even not even a year, actually. Anyway, I could try to get away from my daily life, but I couldn't escape the truth. I was alone. It was hard to look at the future I had built in my hand with Teresa, knowing that she was gone, that our future together was gone. I felt empty, scared, unprepared. I pushed away the bedsheets in frustration. I didn't feel like rolling in bed for the whole night. I decided that a walk by the beach would have calmed me down, and it would help the digestion too. Yeah, especially that. Giovanni was still awake. I told him I was just going for a walk and that I'd be back in a few minutes. I walked on the sand without shoes. I mean, pretty much proper way. As soon as the cool water of the sea touched them, I suddenly felt a little better. I started walking, looking around me at the scenery, leaving behind a trail of steps in the sand, washed up by the waves. The sky was dark, lighted up by the soft light of the moon. I could see the calm profile of the coast in the distance. Even if the sea was helping, the turmoil that was shaking me inside was still very strong. I always thought that I could handle loneliness. Yeah, right. Sure, you can be saying that, but it's not that easy. But it's easy to be tough when things go well. Reality can be much harder to accept. My feet kept walking as my thoughts kept running in my head. Without even realizing how, I had reached a spot on the beach that felt kind of isolated and peaceful. And there I saw something lying on the shore. What was that? At first I thought it could be some garbage brought by the waves, but I froze on my feet. It was someone! A girl! Asleep on the sand! Her hair flowed from her head like a waterfall, moving slightly with each wave that passed under her. She was the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. I mean, if you say so. I stared at her for a few moments, raptured by her beauty. I looked around. I didn't understand how she got here. It felt odd to see her asleep like that. I took a step toward her, curious as to why she was on the beach alone. But I felt my blood chill as I realized something. She wasn't breathing. I went near her and put an ear too close to her mouth, and I waited. Nothing, not even a whisper. Freak! That was bad! That was really bad! I started to panic. I reached for the pocket, but I realized that I had left the phone in my room. Idiot! I could run back, but it would have taken a while before someone would arrive. But meant only one thing. I had to do something. Okay, basic CPR. Just press rhythmically on her chest and then mouth-to-mouth breathing. I think... the rules for that change constantly as well. I don't remember the old rules, but I feel like throughout the time where I work it's changed 3 times at least already. So that is like... in 7 years? Yeah. Given I did not really work at university time. Now it's 30 to 2, I believe. Like 30 presses and 2 briefs. And then again, the briefs are not necessary, or it's something you are allowed not to do. Because you don't know, maybe the other person is sick in some way, right? And so on. Anyway, I put my hands on her chest. A very, very soft chest. Ah, focus, man. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then my lips joined her as I pushed my breath in her. Only after 4? What? Her lips tasted like the sea. Damn it, focus, Michele. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lament vibrated in her mouth. I slapped him in my face and I fell back on the saddle from the surprise. Girl jumped to her knees and crawled away from me on the sand, rubbing an arm on her mouth. Oh my god, maniac, pervert, molester, somebody help! Hey, calm down, it's okay. She was coughing up some water and grabbed her neck. Then her breathing slowed down. My body was rigid from the shock. I didn't expect her to be awake immediately, and with such a violent reaction. Who the hell are you? Look, I can't explain. I was trying to save you. And do you think I believe you? Stay away! She tried to get up on her feet, but her legs buckled and she fell back on the sand. Ouch! Don't push yourself. You just woke up. Do you need a hand? Wait. Pretty certain that you are not supposed to, like, get up after CPR, but... whatever, it's a game. Don't touch me! Okay. Okay! Here. See? I won't... touch you. Is this better? Good! Don't move! I think you had more than enough of what you wanted. What are you talking about? Look, I'm just happy to see you awake. You weren't breathing at all and... Her expression became gloomy. Oh my god! Really? That means... Are you into that kind of stuff? What the... don't be absurd. I think you nearly drowned or something. I did some CPR to save your life. And it seemed to have worked. She seems pretty energetic for someone just resuscitated. Oh yeah, we played a game about CPR as well. long time ago. I don't even remember the title, to be honest. My words caught her off guard. Are you sure about this? I can't remember a thing. Yeah, you scared me to death when you jumped like that, up like that. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And you would have to give me a CPR if I lost consciousness. She massaged her throat and she relaxed a little. We both did. Well, thanks. I think I'll go then. She got back on her feet, but she didn't seem very stable. She definitely wasn't. She fell back on the ground, hitting her bottom hard. Damn it. You shouldn't push yourself. You just woke up. You're probably a little shocked. If I'm shocked, that's your fault. Man, she's obsessed. She looked around herself, a confused look on her face. What is this place? I don't remember being here. Yeah. I just found you stranded on the beach here. Are you from around here? Did you fall from some boat or something? Well... She stammered, looking around as if to find the answer around her. What? What? I don't remember. Well, do you at least have somewhere to go to? I suppose someone is worried about you. She looked at me and I couldn't decipher her expression. That's strange. I don't remember this either. Well, you must remember something, right? She looked even more confused. I know I must have been somewhere, that's for sure, I just... Do you have amnesia? She shut up. and stared at the stand. Do you remember your name at least? Of course I do, it's... She paused for a moment, thinking, a little too long to be normal. Azzurra. Are you sure? You didn't sound too convinced. I am. I see. Well, my name is Michele. Okay, Michele, got it. The silence got immediately a little awkward. She caressed her hair slowly. Are you sure you're okay? I think so, yeah. Why? No. I'd be at least somewhat worried if I didn't remember a thing. Well, I don't know if I have to be worried about something if I don't remember it. Well, she kind of has a point. Except you, of course. You're kind of suspicious. I shook my head, but I let a smile warm my face. She seemed to be more of at ease now, which was good, because it meant she was fine, at least. Well... I don't have a phone with me, and the nearest building is within walking distance. Can you stand now? I can lead you back if you want. Hey, I can't take care of myself, you know? I'm just giving a hand. She tried to get up again, and her failure, she fell back on the sand and let out a lament. Ouch! I was more like, ouch! I think I'm okay with staying here a little longer. Okay then. I'll go back and call someone myself then. Wait here, I'll be back soon. Wait! Her eyes avoided mine. What is it? I feel fine at the moment. You don't need to go. What? Wait, are you telling me to stay here? Don't start thinking weird things. I'm not. I'm just surprised. You're acting like if I'm a serial molester or something. Which I'm not. Well, you never know. But you seem at least trustworthy. Thank you. I don't feel comfortable staying here alone, okay? Can you just wait for a little while? At least until I remember something. I couldn't really blame her. Being in an unknown place with her mind playing tricks, that sounded horrible, and being alone wouldn't make her feel better, for sure. Okay then, I'll just stay here. I took a few steps forward and sat on the sand under her inquisitive eyes. We stared at the sea in front of us. The immense water was mesmerizing under the light of the moon and the twinkling of the stars. The silence started to feel a little heavy after a while. I didn't really know what to ask her. I mean, what do you ask to an amnesia? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? All the usual suspects were out of the equation right away. I felt awkward, and the fact that she was pretty made it even worse. I wondered what could have happened to her. Usually amnesia comes after hitting a head, or after a big shock, but to me she seemed to be fine. Well, fine enough to be feisty at least. I caught her looking at me from time to time, and then looking back at the sea quickly. She was probably feeling the silence between us the same way I was. I cleared my voice. Are you okay? No, she's not. Yeah, why? You're quiet. You seem to have a lot going on in your mind. It took a moment for the joke to hit her. She frowned and I let out a small laugh. What a jokester, man. What a jokester. That's lame. I agree with her. But I could see her struggling against a smile that wanted to slip through her lips. Well, there are worse ways to break the ice. I'm sure it'll be fine. Usually it doesn't last that long. It'll probably be better soon. I hope so. I don't like this. It's really disorienting. Well, there are some upsides to the situation at least. Yeah, I struggle to see any, to be honest. Well, for example, I wish I could forget this last week. You probably wish you could forget the last 2 years, to be fair, not just last week, but... Why? What happened? It's a long story. Well, it's not like I have to go anywhere. She kept looking at me, waiting. I sigh. I don't feel like talking about this if you don't mind. I've come here to forget. I think it will be counterproductive. I think you only say that because you don't know what it's like to not remember anything. Trust me. There are some things that are better off your mind. But there are also things that are better on your mind. Okay, I can't argue with that, yeah. She stared at me for a moment, then her eyes lighted up. Well, if you won't tell me, then I'll try to guess. Please don't. You're probably arrested by the police for exhibitionism or stuff like that. You strike me as the type. What the? Why do I strike you as a streaker? She didn't answer. She just laughed a little at my expense. I sighed, but I felt somewhat caught up in her laugh, and a smile formed on my face. So, will you tell me? She kept looking at me with a curious look in her eyes. I knew right away that I wouldn't be able to get off the hook until I told her. Well, it wouldn't hurt me to tell her, not as much as her jokes at least. My girlfriend became my ex-girlfriend. That's the long story? Whoa. Oh. I came here in hopes of leaving some memories behind, but it isn't really working. Dude, you just arrived. It's funny in a way that you're trying your best at remembering, and I'm trying my best at forgetting. A strange coincidence. Was your relationship that bad? Not really. In fact, it was quite peaceful. She just told me... I paused, feeling a painful turning in my chest. Oh, damn it, I closed my eyes. She told me that she didn't love me anymore, and that she hasn't for a very long time, and that it didn't make much sense to keep it going. And that was it. My future with her, my plans to live together, all chopped off with a phone call. It sucks to be, I guess, I'm told something like that through the phone. But at the same time, I kind of understand why a woman would decide to do it through a phone. I feel like I don't know. I mean, maybe Michele here is not like that, and I would be glad if he wasn't like that. But you know how some men might be, okay? And you don't know how they might react towards like that. Me personally, I probably would just shut down completely. Actually, I did shut down completely in the past. Whatever. The next day I was fine. Anyway, why am I talking about this? What is wrong with me? A call? Yeah. So she didn't even have the guts to tell you to face? That's slow. I'd be pissed too. I'm not pissed. I'm depressed. I see. I'm sorry about that. Or so you claim. I forced myself to smile to make my words less melodramatic, but I couldn't really avoid these old feelings raising back to the surface, like dirt floating on the water. So would rather remove your past with her than deal with the pain? I think so, yeah. They said that the time heals all wounds, but easy to say that when you aren't still hurt. On the other hand, though, let's say a breakup is not the worst thing for the relationship to be finished. Okay? So I feel like he's overreacting. Maybe not overreacting, but let's just say there are much worse options for the relationship to end, and like when you experience it firsthand or you see someone experiencing it, like a normal breakup, like doesn't hit you that much. Anyway, I mean, no one really likes to hurt for this kind of thing, don't they? Her eyes became sad. Well, at the moment I'd take the pain more than the voice, to be honest. I wish something would come up, anything. I feel lost. I mean, it can't be right. Usually even people who lose their memory at least remember something, don't they? I guess so? I don't know. But I can't remember a single thing. It's like someone completely wiped my past and left me for dead on this beach. You remember the language? Her eyes lit up a little while looking around. Actually, now that I think about it, there is something that I remember. Let's go. What is it? This place, but it's strange. It's almost like I saw it in a dream or something. I used to like this place, but there aren't any details, only the touched feelings floating inside of me. She grabbed a handful of sand and played around with it, then she threw it away. I started to feel for her, and I wanted her to feel better. It was evident that she was really stressed because of the situation. It was easy for me to see the positives in not having memories about my breakup, but there were also many other things I didn't consider. Faces of old friends and lovers, faces of family, all of that popped in my head just thinking about it. Having nothing come up, nothing familiar, must feel very lonely, and she suffered a lot from her isolation. I felt that, in a way, helping her would help me understand what the hell I was trying to do. We were keeping each other company, and I kind of liked it. What is it? What do you mean? You blushed up all of a sudden. What are you thinking about? Wait a second. No, don't tell me. Oh my god, Azzurra. I think you have some sort of complex here, you know? She smiled cunningly. Yeah, now she was definitely teasing me, and I couldn't help but smile myself. So, we need to work with what we have. We need to work with what we have. This place, in this case. She looked at me with a blank expression. Why are you using we? I didn't notice that. I don't know, I mean, it's not like I mind giving you a hand. I feel like it helps me too, in a way. You get back your memories, and I don't get to think about mine. Sounds like a deal. She looked at the ground, and remained silent for a moment. I see. Thank you. That hit me. Maybe because I didn't expect it, from the way she acted until now. I started to think that she was just kind of stuck with me. I was thinking about getting back to my hotel. You can get a room there and sleep on this. I'm sure it would help. And do you think she has money on herself? Her eyes widened up. How far is it? Not much, maybe like half an hour of walking. Do you think you can do it? Of course, just watch. She pushed herself up on her legs. They seemed kind of shaky and her balance was precarious. See, I'm just... She couldn't even finish her phrase. She fell back on the sand with a muffled noise and a lament. She massaged her buttocks with a sad look in her eyes. Maybe you forgot how to stand up too. You're lucky I can't stand up, you know. Right now I really feel like giving you a kick in the butt. She adjusted herself to get up again. Don't push yourself. Hush, I'm good. She stood on her legs again, arms held wide, trying to catch her wave. And again she fell back down. It's a piggyback ride time. And a try, up and then down again. It would have started to amuse me, but she didn't try to stand up again from her last fall. She just lay on the ground, staring at the sand. And then I heard her sniffling. Azzurra, are you okay? I'm fine. She wrapped her forearms on her eyes. Then she grabbed a handful of sand and threw it towards the sea in a fit of frustration. Damn it! I felt a pinch in my heart. Her frustration was so genuine that I couldn't help understand her in that moment. Maybe I can help you, Stan? I thought she would flat out say no, but instead she just stared at me. Then she sighed. Okay. What? Really? Yes, really. Can you please give me a hand? Are you sure I can touch you? Because I'm a big, scary pervert, it seems. Her eyes fired up. Shut up and come here. That was a small but tasteful victory. Yeah. A V for me. I walked up to her and let her distribute some wave on my shoulder. Okay then, on 3. 1, 2. I helped her up. She stood pressing her arms on my shoulder. She kept herself perfect for a few moments. However, even with me on her side, it was hard for her to balance. I felt her legs give up once again, but this time I was by her side. Woo! 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 I caught her before she could hit the ground. And our faces got so near that I could feel her heavy breathing from the effort. Our eyes met, and I felt butterflies tickling my stomach. She was beautiful. Her eyes sparkled like the starry sky was in them. Her moist lips let out a hot, trembling breath. Michele? I felt my heart boom in my chest. Your hand? What? I removed my hand and Azzurra fell on the sand. I'm sorry, I swear. But she sat up, focused more on massaging her butt than on me. That one hurt. That's it. But after a moment I realized what was going on. She looked exhausted, maybe from the effort, maybe from the stress she was going through. She rubbed her eyes and let out a sigh. I think I'm going to be fine with sleeping on the beach for tonight. It was too much of a struggle, it seemed, and on the other hand I was starting to get tired too. But I still felt a tinge of disappointment in my soul. I would have liked to stay with her longer. Piggy back right, man. Come on. Or Princess Carrie, you can also try that. I can bring you to the street and call a taxi if you wish. She shook her head and yawned. I think I'll be fine. I like it here, despite everything. I see. Well, then it's time for me to go. I already told someone that I'd be back and... I panicked. Shit, what time was it? Without realizing that the few minutes I promised Giovanni had transformed a couple of hours. She didn't even seem to like that, so I quickly added something to comfort her. But I'm going to be back tomorrow, yeah, first thing in the morning, okay? I see. Okay. In the end, the place seemed safe. The tide was high and she was fine on the beach, and she needed some rest. I stood up and stretched a little. I think tomorrow will feel better. Sleep helps with the memory and... I turned to look at her and stopped. Her eyes were already closed and she was breathing softly on the sand. She must have been really tired to fall asleep like that. I bent over her and caressed her hair. She moved a little and mumbled something. Promise you'll be back. Promise. Good. Please don't leave me alone. That dropped a wave on my chest. I looked at her, sleeping softly for a few moments, and then left going towards the hotel. But as much as I walked away from her, she remained in my thoughts for the whole way back. The door to the hotel was still open, despite the late hour, but Giovanni wasn't there. I thought he had gone to bed when a figure appeared in the room. Ooh, welcome back! Giovanni looked very tired. He probably had fallen asleep while I was away. It was understandable considering the late hour. Thanks for waiting for me. No problem, but it was a really long walk, wasn't it? I'm sorry about that. I didn't really feel the time passing by. It's fine. I was starting to worry, actually. And I'm glad you came back. Did you get lost or something? It's been a weird night, actually. I've reached this weird spot on the beach surrounded by rocks. He gave me a quizzical look. Where's that? don't know exactly. I just walked on the beach for a while. It was kind of isolated, actually. And he looked confused, like he was trying to recollect the spot I was talking about, but he gave up fast.
Can we talk about this tomorrow, if you don't mind? My bed is calling me right now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
By the way, if you're going to repeat your nighttime excursions, I'm just going to leave the door open for you, okay?
I see. Good night, then. And we retired to our rooms. In the darkness, I realized that something had taken the spot of my bedtime worries. Azzurra. Maybe it was just a weird situation I found her in. Maybe the fact that I worried about leaving her on the beach, but I couldn't stop thinking about her, and I could feel a strange sense of warmth inside of me when I did. I soon fell asleep, with her still in my thoughts. There is no transitions in this game, which is a little... maybe like that. Oh, that's so much better now. That explains a lot. Oh my god, I didn't have this turned on. Oh, I'm so dumb. Anyway, let's end the episode here, and we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see where this is going. Hopefully, we didn't walk dimensions to find the Azzurra. And hopefully we'll be able to find her again on the next day. And we'll see where this is going. For now, seems rather interesting. I like it. For I just also realized while we were going through this, that I did play a game which basically took place.
Hey there, Lynx over here, and...
Yes, that's the YouTube video. That took place basically on the beach. For it's been quite a while ago. I don't remember the title of it. Something... I do remember the girl had blue... Voices from the Sea, that's the one, yeah. Voices from the Sea, that's something we played. That was... by the sea. Dude, it was 2015. Wow. Feel free to look this one up. It's in the playlists and Let's Plays from 2015. If you're interested. And if you're interested in checking out how pretty much it all started for me. For now, as I already said, I think let's end the episode. We'll continue tomorrow, and maybe we will find out what was going on with the girl. We'll find out maybe if she was able to get her memories back a little bit at least. In the meantime, if you enjoyed, you can like, you can subscribe if you haven't already. That would be much appreciated. You can say, you know what? Why not? Tell me if you ever had to perform a CPR. I'm curious. I haven't had the chance ever. Maybe you have. That would be sort of interesting to know. There's also Twitter, Instagram, to which you can go. There's also Twitch, where we occasionally stream on Fridays, Saturdays. So you can go there as well, and maybe you will run into me one of those nights. That's it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.